Yes, hello everyone. Am I audible? Just write yes in the chat box. Yes, guys, am I audible or not? Okay, okay, okay. So let us just wait for 2 more minutes, okay, and we will just start in 2 minutes, right? I guess a lot of people have not joined yet. Okay. Okay, till then, guys, just tell me something about yourself, your qualification, from where do you belong, and from which college you are pursuing your degrees. Okay, so just share this little information about you. Yes, hi, Navya. Yes, guys. Yes, good evening, Sanvi. Yes, yes. Good evening, everyone. Okay, just guys, tell me something about yourself. What is your qualification? Okay, from which college you're pursuing your degrees? From where do you belong? Just completed my first year at NIT Kurukshetra. Okay, okay, nice. Hello, sir. This is Shantanu, first year batch. Okay, first year BTech AIDS. Okay, hello, Shantanu. Okay, I I don't like tea. IIT Bombay. Okay, okay, Raja Kumar. Yes, hello, hello, everyone. सर आज के टाइम में पीएचपी लैंग्वेज सीखनी चाहिए। ओके, सीखने की अगर आप बात करें तो पीएचपी इज वेरी आउटडेटेड, राइट? लेकिन बात करें अगर उसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की, तो यू कैन से दैट इंटरनेट पर आज भी 60% ऑफ वेबसाइट्स आर मेड विद पीएचपी। वो पुरानी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है, राइट? आज के जो हम नए प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाते हैं वो पीएचपी पर नहीं बनाते हैं। ओके, सो पीएचपी में आपको जो जॉब्स मिलेंगी इट विल बी ऑन ओल्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स। ओके, सो नए प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए पीएचपी का कोई यूज नहीं करता है। Completed second year triple ID quota. Yes, hello, Jigyasa. DAVB second year. Yes, okay. Sanvi, Shantanu, DY Patil. Okay. Rohit BCA first year. Yes, MCA Chiranjeevi. Okay. Second year B Mumbai University. Yes. Okay. So I guess everyone is from different colleges and from different states, right? For backend Java or Node, it depends. Okay, what is your requirement? सावित्री बाई फुले, ओके, धीरज, इंटर्नशिप कैसे लें? मर्न स्टैक डेवलपर हूँ, ठीक है। सो अगर डेवलपर हो तो इंटर्नशिप की क्या जरूरत है? डायरेक्ट जॉब लो ना। व्हाई आर यू लुकिंग फॉर इंटर्नशिप्स देन? ओके, जीईसी ऑटोनॉमस, ओके 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 ओके। आई गेस सभी लोग टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड से हैं। ओके, सो आई कैन सी सब लोग एमसीए, बीटेक, बीई ये सारी चीजें कर रहे हैं। ओके, कुछ प्रोफेशनल्स भी हो सकते हैं, फ्रंट एंड डेवलपर, बैक एंड डेवलपर, राइट? जो यहाँ पर आए हैं इस रिएक्ट जेएस का बूट कैम्प करने के लिए। What about certificate of completion is useful? Yes, it is useful. Okay, you can put it on your resume, right? BCA, BCA, BBA. Okay, front end developer, GC autonomous. Duration of this boot camp will be 1 hour and 15 minutes like this. Okay. Full stack developer, right? Okay. So I guess now this is the time to start, right? So now first of all, let me know from you what is React JS. ठीक है, आप लोग क्या समझते हैं React JS से? आप मुझे बता सकते हैं what is React JS? ओके, फिर उसके बाद हम कुछ बातें करेंगे React के ऊपर. How many days the boot camp is? Today only. फ्रेमवर्क ऑफ जावास्क्रिप्ट. ओके, सबसे पहले ये कंफ्यूजन सबका दूर करते हैं. इट इज अ फ्रेमवर्क और अ लाइब्रेरी. इट्स अ बैक एंड फ्रेमवर्क. ठीक है, सो इट इज अ ओपन सोर्स लाइब्रेरी. यस यस, मॉन्टी ने सही आंसर दिया है. ओके, सो जावास्क्रिप्ट की एक ओपन सोर्स लाइब्रेरी है रिएक्ट. ओके. सतीश, नो हिंदी ओनली इंग्लिश. ये मुझे आप बता रहे हो या रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हो? आर यू रिक्वेस्टिंग मी टू ओनली स्पीक इन इंग्लिश और आर यू ऑर्डरिंग मी? सतीश, ठीक है, मैं चाहूंगा तो मैं हिंदी में भी लूंगा और मैं चाहूंगा मैं इंग्लिश में भी लूंगा. ये मेरी मर्जी है. सर, हाउ विल वी गेट अवर सर्टिफिकेट after this boot camp? There will be one quiz. Okay, so after attempting that quiz you will get your certificate. Okay, so yes, so React is open source JavaScript library. Okay, now what do you mean by library? Means there will be some reusable code, right? So there is some code which you can reuse. Okay. So now let me share my screen first. Okay, so then we will continue further. Yes. Okay. So now I guess everyone is able to see my screen. Yes, this live will be available for later also. Okay. So now first of all we need a code editor. Okay, so I will download VS Code. Okay, so this laptop is completely new for me, so that is why I have to set up the development environment. Okay, so sorry for this trouble. Okay, so here I can download. Okay, now okay, setup is downloaded, and we will install it. Okay, next install. Okay, so this will be very beneficial for you. Everything I'll be doing from scratch. Okay, from installing VS Code to running an React application. So that is, I guess, more beneficial to you. In front of you, I'll set up the whole development environment, and you will be getting to know how you can set up a development environment for React. Right. So just a few more seconds, and it will be installed. Right. Till then we can do some work. Okay, I have to minimize all these things, right? Okay, so first of all let us create a project folder. Okay, so here on the desktop, okay, our VS Code is also installed, right? So what you have to do, okay, if you want to make a React application, first you have to make a folder. Okay, so to new folder. Okay, and here I will give the name as React JS, right? And then we can open this folder in VS Code. So you can drag and drop this folder on VS Code, right? So you can see React.js folder is opened inside this VS Code. Okay, I'll zoom it a little bit so you can see everything clearly. Okay. Now here, what we need to do, we need to create a React application, right? So to create a React application, first you need to open the terminal. Okay, so here is the new terminal, right? Okay, and for working on React, you also need Node. Okay, so I guess Node is also not installed in this system, so that will be taking a lot of time to install it. Okay, so yes, Node is not installed, I guess. Okay, okay, so you can also install Node, right? So one more tab. and here you can write Node.js. Okay, so it is a JavaScript runtime. Okay, so for running JavaScript inside your local system, so you need to install Node, right? So we can get the Windows installer. Okay, and it will be taking more time to install. So let us see if okay. So next install. Right. Or if you don't want to install anything, then there are certain playgrounds, online playgrounds like Code Sandbox is there. Okay, so you can use Code Sandbox also for creating React applications. Right. So Code Sandbox will give you a ready-made development environment for React, Angular, or whatever framework you want to use, right? So you can also use this Code Sandbox if you don't want to do this typical configuration inside your system. So you can see a ready-made template for React code is there, right? So we have this app.js, index.js, right, and styles.css. Okay, so if our node will take so much time, so we will work with Code Sandbox only. Okay, I guess it is installed. Okay, and okay, now let us close this VS Code. Right now, let us press Windows R. Okay, and let us open our CMD command prompt. And in the command prompt, let us first check Node is installed or not. So Node hyphen V. I am checking the version of Node. Okay, so is Node installed in the system or not? Okay, so you can see version 22.16 node is installed. Okay, now we can work on React. So once again, we will go to our project folder that is react.js and open in terminal. Okay, and I'll open it with VS Code. So write the command code dot. So code dot will open your default code editor inside this folder. Okay, so you can see my VS Code is there. Right. So for creating a React application, first of all, you have two options. Okay. So where is that browser? Yes. Right. So there are two options for for creating React applications. Right. So first method is CRA, create React app. Okay. So create React app. Okay, so this is the first option by which you can create your React application using CRA, create React app command, right? So create React app is deprecated now. It is no longer maintained by React, right? So you can only use create React app for learning purposes or for doing some hands-on, right? For making real-world applications, we will use Vite tooling. Okay, so Vite, we will use Vite for creating real world React applications. Mean real projects if you want to make, so you have to use this build tool. Okay, that is Vite. So we are going to use this Vite option, right? So for creating a Vite application, you have to write the command npm. Okay, so npm stands for Node Package Manager. Okay, so we have different package managers for different languages. Like we have pip for Python, right? We have apt for Linux. So likewise, we have npm for Node Package Management, right? So I will write npm, then I will write the command create, and I will write Vite. Okay, so let us hit enter. Okay, so it is telling me running script is disabled on the system. Okay, so this error you will get if first time if you are installing Vite. Okay, so we have to do some configurations once again. So I will copy this command and I will paste it here. Okay, and we have to execute certain commands on Windows PowerShell through administrator to resolve this error. Right. So let us open our CMD here. Okay. So CMD command prompt, and you can run as administrator. Okay. So open this as administrator, and yes. Okay, so you can see system32 folder will be opened if you're running it as administrator, and you have to run this command. Okay, set execution policy remote sign. So copy it and okay, on the administrator you can paste it and hit enter, and set execution is not okay. Uh, okay, let us hit run it on PowerShell. Okay, so Windows PowerShell run as administrator. Okay, here I will run the same command, set execution policy remote sign. Okay, so now it is asking you that you want to change the execution policy. So yes, I want to change. So Y, enter, and you can see it is changed now. Okay, now our configuration is done. Now we can do what to do if we are on a Mac. Same thing. Okay, so there is no difference for Mac. Okay, so let us close this command prompts Windows. Okay, now open your VS Code, right? Uh, okay, let us close it once again, and we have to restart our VS Code. Okay, I close that now. Once again, we will open it with command prompt. Okay, and once again we will write code dot command, and our VS Code will be opened now. Right. So I guess most of you people are from first year, second year. So I guess you guys will get into this trouble for first time using React. So that is why I'm doing everything from scratch. Okay. So let now write the same command npm create wheat. Okay. And hit enter. Okay. So it is telling you that wheat is currently not installed in our system. Okay. So it is telling you that you need to install the following packages, create wheat. So we can write yes, I want to install it. Okay, now it is asking you the project name. Okay, now pay attention very closely. So it is asking you the project name, right? So I have already created a folder. I don't want to create any other project folder. So what I can write here, I can write dot slash. Okay. So dot slash means I want to create my project inside the current folder only. So that is why I'm giving project name as dot slash. Now it is asking you that which framework do you want to use? So do you want to use Vanilla JS? Do you want to use Vue? Do you want to use React or Angular? So I want to use React, right? Now it is asking you the variant. Okay, so do you want to use TypeScript or JavaScript, right? So we want to use simply JavaScript for this. So now you can see that some files are created here inside my project. Okay, so one public folder is there. Okay, so what is inside this public folder? Okay, let us put down this terminal. So you can see some logo is there on this public folder. Then in the source folder, we have some assets. Okay, one React logo is there in the assets. Okay, then we have some app.css, some styling, default styling. Okay, then we have app.jsx. Okay, some default code is there. Right, then we have index.css. Okay, just give me a sec. Uh, okay, do you guys have any doubts? Then you can ask me up till here. Yes. Okay, no doubt is there. Okay, thank you, Sahu. Now let us go back to the VS Code. Right. So index.css is there, main.jsx is there, right? Then index.html is there that we are going to see on our browser. So there are different files. Now, how to run this application first of all? So now you can see done and now run. It is telling you to run these two commands. So first command is npm install. Now why we have to run this npm install command? Because there are certain packages that you need to install for running this application. So you can see here in the dependencies. Okay. So you have to install React package, React DOM package, right? So for running this application, we need certain packages to be installed. So here you can write the command npm I. Okay, that is npm install for short. So I will write npm I command. Okay, so here you can see one node modules folder will get created. Okay, so let us wait for it. Okay, so you can see one node modules folder is created. In this folder, we have all our dependencies that are required to run this application. Okay, so we are installing every dependency here. Then for running your application, you can run this command. Okay, npm run dev, right? Or if you don't know which command to run, so here also commands are given. Okay, so you can see dev command is there. Okay, so we have to run the dev command. So we will write npm run the dev command. So let us hit enter. So now you can see my application is up and running, and this is the address where it is hosted. So let us go to it. So you can see I have successfully created a React plus Vite application. Okay. So this is just a template of React application. Now we can do whatever we want on this application. So first of all, let us clean our project folder. Okay. So here, okay, now let us put down this terminal. Okay, so first of all, we don't need this logo. Okay, so delete this public folder. Okay, we don't need this public folder. Okay, move to recycle bin. Okay, then what else we don't need? In the source, we don't need any assets, so delete it also. So move to recycle bin. Okay, we don't need any app.css, so delete this app.css. I don't want any styles. Okay, remove this app.jsx also. Okay, so I want this app.jsx to be empty. Okay, I'll write my code here. Right. Then go to index.css, remove this index.css also. Okay, and let us turn on the autosave. Okay, autosave is not turned on. Okay, so now you can see an empty web page is there, right? Don't change anything inside main.jsx. Okay, so we don't need anything to be changed here. Okay, just empty the app.jsx and empty the index.css. That's it, right? So now let me tell you that React is a component-based library. Okay, so you have to make components out of everything that you make in a website, right? So for making a component, there is one shortcut command on our VS Code that is RAFCE. Okay, so if you don't find the shortcut, okay, as I told you, everything is new here, so we have to install some extensions. Okay, so for React shortcuts, you can install the extension ES7 snippets. Okay, so I guess this is that extension. Okay, this is React Native snippets, React Redux snippets, ES6, ES7. Okay, ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native snippets. Okay, you can install this one because this extension is downloaded by many people, right? So it is installed. Now, if I write RAFCE, so you can see one AMET, one shortcut is coming for React arrow function export component. Okay. So write RAFCE and press enter. So you can see one template will be created for your component. Okay. So there's nothing much in this template. So you can see we are importing React from React, means the package that we have installed. Okay. So we are importing that package. And here we are making a function named app. So you can see app is an arrow function here, right? So in this arrow function, we are just returning some HTML elements. So you can see I am returning div here. One div is there, right? And then we are exporting this app, right? So why we are exporting this app? Because it is called in this main.jsx function. You can see. Okay, so it is imported here. So that is why we need to export it. Okay, so that is why I have written export. Now here you can write anything. Okay, so let us write hello world here. Okay, our typical first program, right? So now let us go to our application, and you can see hello world is there, right? So like this, you can make your React applications. Okay, now if you want to make any other element, okay, suppose I want to make one H1. Okay, so I can make one H1 hello. Okay, and if I go here, so you can see one H1 is created. So any HTML element you can now create inside this component. Okay, and it will be visible on your screen. Right. Now we want to make applications. Okay. So we don't want to make static pages like this. Right. We want something interactive, something dynamic to be happen in our web applications, React web applications. Right. So for creating interactive and dynamic applications, what we can do? We can install, not install. We can take some APIs. Okay. So there are certain free APIs. So there is one advice API, okay, which I use in most of my projects. Okay, so there is advice slip JSON API, right? So here is that API. So before making interactive and dynamic applications, first of all, tell me, do you guys understand what is API? Can anyone tell me what is an API? Let us have some 5 minutes on understanding API. Create React app is old. Yes, yes. What are we creating? We are creating a React application through it. Okay, why are not using Create React app? Okay, you joined a little bit late. We are not using Create React app because it is deprecated. Deprecated means it is not maintained or updated now. Okay, by React. So React also suggests that use Vite. Okay, standard tooling. API is an interface between two API is an interface between two what, Akhilesh? Application programming interface. Right, right. Okay. So you guys know the full form of API. Okay, you guys don't know what actually a API is. Okay, so let us understand it by a simple example. Okay, so let us first understand what is an interface. Okay, so interface is a thing that connect two things. Okay, सो इंटरफेस एक ऐसी चीज है जो दो चीजों को कनेक्ट करती है राइट सो एपीआई व्हाट एपीआई विल कनेक्ट योर फ्रंट एंड योर बैक एंड okay so api is an interface that connects the front end and the back end okay these are just like waiters in a restaurant okay so what waiters do, it connects customer and the kitchen, right? So in a restaurant, what waiters do, it connects the customer and the kitchen. So just like waiters, there are APIs which will connect your front end and the back end. Okay. It is a type of service for fetching and sending data. Yes, there are several definitions of API. Yes, all definitions are correct, right? So now I hope everyone understood what is an API. It will connect your front end and the back end. Okay. Just write yes or no in the chat box. So I'll have some confirmation you guys are getting it. Then we will proceed further. Okay, okay. Yes. Okay. Only two yeses are there. There are 1050 students here. क्या कर रहे हैं सब लोग सो तो नहीं गए आप लोग ओके यस राइट ठीक है तो अब क्या करते हैं हमने एक एडवाइस एपीआई देखी ओके सो वी हैव सीन एन एडवाइस एपीआई राइट सो दिस एपीआई इज कनेक्टेड टू सम सर्वर ओके now what I need to do, I need to integrate this API with my front end, means with my React app. So let us first see what this API will give us. So API are just simply URLs. So you can see it is starting with HTTPS colon slash slash API. Okay, so these are simply URLs which will give you some data. Okay, which is fetching from any server that is already made somewhere else. Okay, so we don't need to see those servers, databases. We just need API. So let us click on this API. Okay, so now you can see in this API, we are getting a object. Okay, JSON object we are getting. So one slip key is there, and inside the slip key, we are getting one ID and we are getting one advice. Okay. So don't eat non-snow colored snow. Okay, so it is a API. Now let us refresh this page. Okay. So now you can see I'm getting a new advice. Never run with scissors. Okay. Refresh it once again. So you can see another random API is coming. The higher up you are in a company, the more likely is that your boss is a psychopath. Okay. Okay. So it is giving me some random advices by running this API inside the browser. Right. So now what we need to do, we need to run this API inside our React application. Okay. So now let us see how we can do this. Okay. So for integrating APIs with your React application, we need a package. Okay, we need some package, right? So let us see what that package is. So once again, I'll open this browser. So that package is called as Axios. Okay. So if I search for Axios, so you can see on the NPM. Okay, so this is the official website of NPM where you can search any packages. Okay, all the packages that we have installed in our project can be found here. So we have installed React package, right? So you can see React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces, for building UIs. So here user interface means a thing that will connect user and your application. That is called user interface. Okay. So like this, we need a package called Axios. Okay. So let us click on it. So you can see its documentation is here, and why we are using Axios, you can see it is a promise-based HTTP client for browser and Node.js. Okay. So let me simplify it for you. Okay, it is simply a package that will help you to call APIs, just like we have called this in the browser. Okay. So that is why we are using this Axios package. Okay. So for installing this package, what you can do, you can press Control C. We have to stop our server. Okay, now you write the same command npm I and write the package name that is Axios. Okay, so you can see that package is installed. Okay, so for cross checking this package is installed or not, so you can go to package.json and in the dependencies you can see Axios. Okay. So this package is successfully installed. Now what I can do, I can use this package, right? So for using this package, we need to import it, right? So I will import this package. So I will write the import command. So import Axios from in the single quotes Axios, right? So now here I will clear this div. Okay. Inside this div, I will make one button. Okay. And inside the button, I will write get advice. Okay, and let us run our application once again. So once again, I will run the command npm run dev. Okay, and let us see that if we are getting a get advice button or not. So you can see I'm getting this button get advice, right? But nothing is happening here while clicking this button. Okay, so we have to make things work. So what I can do? Okay, so first of all, I need to give one event inside this button. Okay, what are events? Whatever a user will do inside a web page, that is called an event. Okay, so what user will do on this button? User will on click this button. Okay, user will click this button, right? So we will give a on click attribute inside this button, right? So whenever this button is clicked, so what you need to do? So I need to call one function. So let us write the name of this function get advice. Okay. So I want to call this get advice function whenever this button is clicked. Okay. So on clicking this button, we need this get advice function. Okay. Make this function. So inside the component, before return, you can make this function. So function get advice. Okay. It is a function, give round brackets and give curly braces. Right. So this function is ready. So you can check this function if we write console log. Okay. Let us write hello here. Okay. So whenever I now I click this get advice button, let us check the console, click on inspect, go to console. Okay, so you can see hello is there, right? And let us refresh it. Many errors are coming. Now, if I click on get advice, you can see this hello. Okay. So that means our button and function both are working. So you can also see the line number app.jsx line number 5. Okay, so the same line number, right? Okay, so now let us make the things work. Okay, so below this console log, what I will do, I will make use of this package. Okay, and I will call my API. So for calling an API, I can make one variable. So I will make one const. Okay. So const response. Okay, I will get some response or some data from that API. So const response is equals to what I can write axios. Okay. Dot get. Okay. So we have one get method inside this axios. So what get method will do? It will get the data from that API. Okay. So what I need to do now? Okay. Let us go to that API. Okay. Copy this API and just paste it simply here. Right. Now let us see what we are getting in response. So console log response. Okay. Now let us go to once again our page and uh, okay, I will refresh it. Okay, all errors are gone. Now let us click on get advice. Okay, so you can see one promise is pending. Okay, so JavaScript have promises. Okay, so promises have three states: pending, okay, fulfilled, and rejected. Okay, so why it is telling us that this promise is pending? Because instantly we are console logging it. Okay, so as I told you, this is an API. Okay, it will take some time to fetch the data. Okay, it will go to the backend. Backend will contact the databases. Databases will give data. Then it will come to you, right? So some time is taking. So for managing these type of problems, what we can do, we can make our function asynchronous. Okay, so we can make our function asynchronous. If something takes time in JavaScript, we make them asynchronous, and we can await this result. Okay. Now once again, if we go to our app, okay, let us close this. Okay, so now once again, if we go to our app, now click on install. And if I go to console, okay, so refresh the page first. And now if I click on get advice, so now you can see I'm getting some advice. Okay, I'm getting some data. And inside the data, inside the slip, I'm getting one advice, what's stopping you? Okay, so what's stopping you from learning React? Right. So now I'm getting some response, and inside this response, I have one data attribute. So let us write response.data. Now, once again, I will click on get API. Now you can see I'm getting the same slip object. Okay, and inside that, I'm getting one API, sorry, advice that is smile and the world smiles with you, frown and you are on your own. Okay, so this is a very good advice, right? So now we are getting advice inside our React application. Now, what we need to do? Okay, if you want to fetch the exact advice, so what you can write? Okay, so data inside this data, what we have dot slip. Okay, and inside the slip, what we have advice. Okay, now you will get the exact advice that we are want from API. Okay, so you can see now only advice I am getting. Okay, now once again, if I click on get advice, so you can see another advice is coming. Okay, get advice, so you can see another advice is coming. Let us delete this console log. Okay, we don't need this console log now, right? So now here comes the main part. How you are going to display this advice on your web page? Okay, so this is the main question. So if we have vanilla JavaScript, right? In vanilla JavaScript, we have a thing called DOM manipulation. Okay, so through DOM manipulation, I can render that advice here on the web page. But in React, there is no such thing called DOM manipulation. Okay, so we don't do DOM manipulation inside the React. So what we do inside the React, we use render. Okay, so we will render our elements inside some tags, right? So first of all, we need to save this data, right? So for saving data inside React, we have states. Okay. So states are simply variables. Okay, just like we create variables in different programming languages. So in React, we have states. Okay, states are simply variables where you can store your data. So let us make one use state. Okay, so use state is a hook. Okay, so you can see React use state. Okay, so you can see use state is imported from React only, and now what I need to do, I need to make one const. Okay, and inside this const, I will destructure this const, and I will assign it to use state hook. Okay. Some things you will not get here because you need some basic understanding of JavaScript, ES6 JavaScript. Okay. So just you can catch whatever you are getting. Then at the end of the session, we will have some doubt time slot. So there you can ask me doubts. So here I will take advice. Okay. And I will make set advice. Okay. So these two things we will get inside this state. Okay. State is nothing. Advice is our variable. Okay. So inside state, what new is this set advice method. Okay. So in React, we don't directly change the variables. Okay. So we use one method. So set advice is the method that will be used to change this advice variable. Okay. So the main thing is that. So now where we have to set advice. Okay, so here you can see here we are getting our advice. So here what I can do, I can give set advice method. Okay. And now what I need to do, I need to make one element. Okay, so I will make one h1. And inside this h1, we want to render our advice. So I will make curly braces here. Okay. And here I will write advice. Okay, means this variable in which advice is stored. Right. So now let us see if we are getting the things or not. Okay, now if I click on get advice, okay, so you can see now that advice is coming on my screens. Okay, so everything matters, but nothing matters that much. Okay, it is a good advice. Okay, make choices and don't look back. Yes, it is also good advice. Okay, if you cannot unscrew the lid of a jar, try placing a rubber band around its circumference for extra grip. Okay, visitors are like fish as much you might like them. After 3 days, they start to smell. Okay, so you are getting a different advices now. Okay, random advices. Okay, so as long as you will click this button and you will get those advices, right? Okay, so just tell me, guys, do you have any problem up till here? Okay, do you get it how we are integrating the API and how we are displaying that API data on our screen? Just write yes if you are getting it. ठीक है, तुम्हारी अलग ही बातें चल रही हैं चैट बॉक्स पे। ठीक है, मैं कुछ बता रहा हूँ तो देख लो, कुछ काम आएगा तुम्हारे। ओके, यस, वन ओनली वन यस। ओके, 2 yeses are there. Unable to match your speed, sir. Will you please slow down, sir? Okay, so okay, we will slow down. Okay, okay, don't worry, guys. I will explain you code one more time. Okay, what I have written up till here. Okay, so let us see the code one more time. Okay, so some guys cannot speed match up with my speed. Okay, so sorry for it. Right. Okay. So once again, we will see what we have did in app.jsx. So first we have imported Axios. Okay. So what Axios helps us to do? It will help us to call these APIs. Okay. So that's why we need this Axios package. Okay. JavaScript also have one inbuilt method for calling APIs that is called fetch. Okay. So I guess most of you people have heard about it. Fetch method. Okay, so you can see fetch API is also there. Okay, so why we are not using this fetch API? Because it is very hectic to handle this fetch method. So that is why we are using Axios. Okay, it is easier to manage and handle. Okay, so this is the meaning of our first line. Okay, so why we are importing Axios, we want to call the API. Now, second one is the use state. We are importing use state from React. Okay. So inside React, we have certain hooks to do specific tasks. Okay. So we have a use state hook, which will help us to store information that we are going to get from this API. Okay. सो एपीआई से जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन आपको मिलेगी वो हम यूज स्टेट हुक की मदद से इस एडवाइस नाम के वेरिएबल में स्टोर करेंगे। ओके, so use state is a hook that will help you to create variables, and inside these variables we will store these API data. Okay, so you can see. Now, what is the difference between normal variables and states? Is this normal variables we can change them directly. Okay, but in states we cannot change states directly. We have to use this setter method for setting the state. So that is why I have used this setter method. Okay, set advice method, and inside this set advice method, what I have put response. Okay, so whatever response we are getting from this API, then inside this response we have some data. Okay, inside the data we have one slip key, and inside the slip we have that advice. Okay, so that is why I have written like this: response.data.slip.advice. Oh, right. Now below this we are returning. Okay, so whatever you want to display on the screen, okay, जो भी आपको screen पे दिखाना हो वो सब आप return के अंदर लिखेंगे. Okay, so whatever you want to display on the screen you will write them inside this return. Okay, so what we are returning here, we are returning HTML elements. And how we are able to do this? Because of JSX, JavaScript extension, right? So in React, it is very easy to write JavaScript inside HTML and HTML inside JavaScript. Okay, so both vice versa is possible. So as you can see, I have written HTML inside JavaScript and I have written JavaScript inside HTML. Right. So inside this div, what we are doing, we are creating a button. Okay. So what will happen in this button? Whenever someone will click this button, so get advice method will call, means our API calling method will call get advice. And here we are setting this advice, and inside this H1 we will display that advice. Okay, which we are storing inside this variable. So this is what we have done up till now. Okay, so I guess now everyone is able to get it. Yes, yes, no, कुछ बोलो. Yes, sir. Okay. शांतनु को आ रहा है सब समझ में. ठीक है. ठीक है, मैं मुझे पता है बहुत से लोगों को नहीं आएगा समझ में. ओके, सो डोंट वरी. ठीक है, बहुत से फर्स्ट ईयर के लोग होंगे जिनको नहीं आएगा समझ में. ओके, आपको इसलिए समझ में नहीं आ रहा है बिकॉज योर बेसिक्स आर नॉट क्लियर. ओके, रिएक्ट को करने के लिए आपको एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग फाउंडेशन चाहिए इनसाइड जावास्क्रिप्ट. ओके, सो दैट इज द थिंग वेयर यू आर लैकिंग. ओके, आप में कोई कमी नहीं है, जस्ट योर फाउंडेशन इज नॉट स्ट्रॉन्ग. Styling part. Okay, Ruturaj, our boot camp is not focused on CSS, so I'll not cover up any styling part. For style, okay, I'll tell you basic styles if you want to apply. Okay, so suppose I want to give some color to the button. Okay, so I can target button here inside this index.css, and you can give some background color. Okay, I will give Dodger blue. Okay, and let us give some color, change the font color. Okay, to white. Right, and what else you can do? You can remove the border from the button, so border none. So this is how you can style your application. So you can see now, let us see our button. Okay, so you can see my get advice button is here. Okay, you can give some width, height. Okay, so anything you can change now. Okay, so let us give some width. Okay, let us give width of 10 rem. Okay, let us give height of 3 rem. Okay, let us give some border radius of 0.4 rem. Right. So now you can see my get advice button style. Okay, and if I click it, you can see I'm getting one advice. Right. एक advice from senior, just focus on what you can do and don't really depend on teachers. हाँ, ये बहुत अच्छी एडवाइस लगी मेरे को. ओके. ओके, पढ़ ही नहीं रहा था अभी को, अब तक एक्टिव नहीं था चैट में. ठीक है, ये पता नहीं तुम्हारी क्या क्या बातें चल रही हैं. राइट. सो हमने एपीआई कॉल्स कर लिए हैं. ओके, वी हैव डन दी एपीआई कॉल्स. नाउ व्हाट what we need to do, we can make our applications dynamic and interactive. Okay. So what else I can add here to make it more interactive? I can add some count here. Okay. So I can write this paragraph. Okay. And inside this paragraph, I want to write uh, you you have read one pieces of advice today. Okay. So inside this paragraph, I want to show the count. Okay, how many advices you have read, right? So that is also possible inside here. Okay, so for this, let us go back to our function now. Okay, so here also we will make one more state that will take our count. Okay, so I'm making one count variable, and what it will be called now, set count, right? So now inside, instead of one, what we will show here, I will give curly braces to write JavaScript inside this, and I will write my count. Okay, and by default, you can put the count to 0. Right now, where you can uh, tell your counter to be incremented inside this function. Okay, so inside this, we will write set count. Okay, then inside this set count, what you need to do? You need to take the previous count. So C, I will take. Okay, and I will write C plus 1. Okay, so I will increment it by 1. Okay, this syntax is also not be much familiar with all of you guys. Okay, so this is also one of the syntax of arrow functions. Right, now let us go back to our application. And here you can see, okay, you have read 0 pieces of advice today. Right, now if I click on get advice, okay, you can see you have read 1 pieces of advice today, and there is very good advice: quality beats quantity. Okay, one more, we click. Okay, you can see I have read 2 pieces of advice. Okay, one more, keep it simple. Yes, very good advice. Okay, so 3 pieces of advice I have done. So as long as I click this, you can see this counter will increase. So this is also a way to make your applications dynamic and interactive. Okay. Now, one more thing, what you can do, suppose I want that every user should only read the 10 advices. Okay. So what we can do here? Okay, we can check. Okay, so how you can check here? You can check through string. You can give one, what we can say, if condition here. Okay, so if count is double equal to 10. Okay, so if count is double equal to 10, or we can say if count is less than 10, right? So if count is less than or equal to 10, then only we need to show our advices. So I will cut this code and I will paste it inside this if. Okay, else what you need to do? You need to do nothing. So you can return false. Okay. So now let us see if a user is able to see APIs, sorry, advices more than 10. Okay, so I will refresh this code. So you can see 0 pieces of advice. Okay, so first, mercy is the better part of justice. Sing in the shower. Okay, so let us click on it. 9, 10. Uh, Okay, yes. Okay, so after 11, if I'm clicking this button, nothing is happening. Okay, so for making it 10, what you can do, you can remove this equal to. Okay, so now if I refresh it, so you can see 0 advices. Now if I click on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now after 10 advices, I am not able to click on this get advice button. Okay, nothing is happening. And if you want to set the alert, you can also set the alert. Okay, else alert. Okay, we can give one alert window that advice limit reached. Try again tomorrow. Okay, so let us see if we are getting that alert after 10 advices. Okay, so once again, refresh it. So get advice. Okay, one. So four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now you can see advice limit reached, try again tomorrow. Okay, so you will get this alert now. So this is how you can make your applications interactive and dynamic. Okay, so anyone, okay, everyone got it. What we did inside this application. Make the get advice button to the center. उससे क्या होगा? ठीक है. Yes. Okay. Make the get advice button to the center. जितनी बार बोलोगे तो मेरा मन और करेगा कि मैं ना करूं वो काम. Okay. Yes. Any more? ठीक है, अब आपको जो भी डाउट्स है, ओके, सो नाउ वी कैन ओपन द स्लॉट फॉर डाउट सेशन. ठीक है, तो अब आपके जो भी डाउट्स हैं, ठीक है, जो आप पता नहीं क्या बातें कर रहे थे जब से चैट पे, मुझे ये नहीं आता है, वो नहीं आता है, ठीक है, अब मुझसे बातें करो, अब मैं तुमसे तुम्हें देखता हूँ तुम्हें क्या आता है क्या नहीं आता है. यू कैन नाउ स्टार्ट posting your doubts. When is the quiz? Quiz is now. Okay, so Pankaj and Puneet, can you post the quiz in the chat box and pin that message? यस, हाँ भाई, अब मुझसे बातें करो. तुम जब से बहुत बातें कर रहे थे सब लोग. डिफरेंस बिटवीन एपीआई एंड रेस्टफुल एपीआई. एपीआई एक जनरल टर्म है, रेस्ट एपीआई एक आर्किटेक्चर है. सो रेस्ट क्या कहता है? दैट योर एपीआई शुड बी इन द क्रड फॉर्म, मींस योर एपीआई शुड क्रिएट इन द डेटाबेस, रीड फ्रॉम द डेटाबेस, अपडेट द डेटाबेस एंड डिलीट फ्रॉम द डेटाबेस. लिंक्डइन तो सबको आता है, बेसिक होता है, वहां कुछ एटलीस्ट सीखने तो मिलेगा. ठीक है, ये पता नहीं क्या शांतनु कोई नशे में है शायद. Yes, sir. How the API call and the limitations of the advice. How the API call and the limitations of the advice. Okay. So APIs को लिमिट करने के लिए ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है, राइट? So इसलिए मैंने वहां पर एक if कंडीशन लगाई है. ओके, सो if else कंडीशन से हम काउंट को ट्रैक कर सकते हैं कि काउंट भाई अगर 10 से ऊपर जा रहा है, ओके, सो हम चाहते हैं कि हमारा एपीआई कॉल ना हो. Some UI implementation with hovering effects. As I told you, this bootcamp is not focused on CSS. Sir, can we put such bootcamp certificates in resume? Yes, of course. Why not? Okay, you can put every certificate on the resume that is relevant to the job which you are applying. Sir, I have LinkedIn, but I don't use it that much, तो इसलिए बोला मैंने. No problem, ठीक है. Every master was once a beginner. सब शुरू से ही शुरू करते हैं. Okay. Yes, Kunika, Pankaj, can you please put the quiz link in the chat and please pin that message? How to put then? How to put then? ये क्या है? Waiting for quiz. Yes, quiz डालो भाई. Quiz. Yes, quiz will be posted in just 30 seconds, guys. Okay, जब तक अपने डाउट्स फायर करो, ठीक है, मुझे डाउट सॉल्विंग में ज्यादा मजा आता है. ठीक है, आपके जो डाउट्स निकल के आते हैं ना अलग अजीबो गरीब, ठीक है, सो यू कैन फायर योर डाउट्स नाउ. ये पूछते जाओ बस मुझसे. इज द लाइव सेशन कंप्लीटेड? यस, लाइव सेशन इज कंप्लीटेड. हमने एक एप्लीकेशन बना लिया है जो इंटरेक्टिव है, डायनेमिक है, जिसमें चीजें चेंज हो रही हैं अपने आप. सर, थैंक्स फॉर द वंडरफुल क्लास. आई हैव गॉट योर क्लास. थैंक यू सो मच यशवंत फॉर योर फीडबैक. ओके, so yeah, okay. I'll also give you my LinkedIn profile. Okay, so if you guys want to connect with me, ठीक है. वैसे तो कोई करेगा नहीं, लेकिन अगर किसी को लगे कि हाँ सर के साथ कनेक्ट करना चाहिए, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम गूगल पर जाकर मेरा नाम सर्च कर सकते हैं. ओके, और टॉप पर ही आपको मेरा लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल मिल जाएगा गूगल पर। आप उस पर क्लिक कर सकते हैं और मेरा प्रोफाइल खुलकर दिख जाएगा आपको, राइट? सो मैं अब लिंक भी डाल देता हूँ अपनी लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल की, सो यू गाइस कैन कनेक्ट विथ मी। Okay, so excellent teaching. Thank you, Abhijit. Thank you so much. Sir, is MongoDB is necessary for Node? Yes, MongoDB is necessary for databases purposes. Okay, so if you want to integrate database with your Node application, so you will need MongoDB. सर आई वांट टू मेक एप्लीकेशन विद बैकएंड आल्सो। सो फॉर बैकएंड कुछ नहीं करना है, अभी हमने नोड इंस्टॉल किया था, राइट? सो नोड इंस्टॉल करने के बाद आप नोड के अंदर एक एक्सप्रेस फ्रेमवर्क का यूज कर सकते हो। तो मैं यहाँ दिखा देता हूँ सबको, एक्सप्रेस डॉट जेएस। ओके, सो ये एक नोड का वेब एप्लीकेशन फ्रेमवर्क है जिससे आप सर्वर बना सकते हो, वेब सर्वर्स। ओके, सो यू कैन सी एपीआईज, वेब सर्वर्स, ये सारी चीजें हम इससे बना सकते हैं। ओके, और क्या डाउट्स आ रहे हैं सर? व्हाट टाइप ऑफ जॉब्स वी कैन यूज दिस सर्टिफिकेट? आप फ्रंट एंड जॉब्स के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। ओके, बेसिकली रिएक्ट जो है फ्रंट एंड का ही पार्ट है, सो यू कैन ओनली अप्लाई फॉर फ्रंट एंड जॉब्स। ओके, सो क्विज की लिंक आ गई है गाइस, इट इज पिन्ड इन द चैट बॉक्स, सो आप यहाँ पर जाकर क्विज भी दे सकते हैं। Teaching is awesome. Thank you, Black Ninja. Okay. I've completed my front end. I need a language framework for back end as a beginner. ओके, सो फ्रंट एंड में आपने क्या कंप्लीट कर लिया है कंचन? बस मुझे इतना सा बता दीजिए तो मैं आपको पूरा रोड मैप दे दूंगा। सर, कैन एन एपीआई कॉल मोर देन वन एडवाइस? ये डिपेंड करता है कि एपीआई कैसा डेटा भेज रही है आपको। ओके, सो आप एपीआई से 10 एडवाइसेस भी मंगा सकते हो, ठीक है? सो आपको उसी पेज पर जाना पड़ेगा, सेम एडवाइस एपीआई वाले पेज पे। ओके, सो वंस अगेन वी विल गो देयर। ओके, सो यहाँ पर देखो, रैंडम एडवाइस आप ले सकते हो। सो हम रैंडम एडवाइस ले रहे थे, आप आईडी से भी एडवाइस ले सकते हो। अगर हमने देखा था कि कुछ आईडी वहां पर है, आप सर्च भी कर सकते हो एडवाइस को। सपोज मुझे किसी एडवाइस में गुड चाहिए, सो मैं यहाँ पर क्वेरी डालकर सर्च भी कर सकता हूँ, आई नीड सम एडवाइसेस दैट हैव गुड कीवर्ड इन दैट एडवाइस। ओके, मैसेज ऑब्जेक्ट, डेली एडवाइस स्लिप, सो ऐसे करके आप अलग अलग चीजें एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हो एपीआई से। ओके, okay, someone is asking which jobs I can apply. You can apply for front-end developer jobs if you have React JS certificate. Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and should I move forward to backend or Angular? Okay, if you have completed up till React, then I will suggest you, Kanchan, you should go with the backend. That is Node and Express and MongoDB. हर बार मेरे क्विज ओपन नहीं होता यार। ठीक है, मैं देख लेता हूँ एक बार करके। ओके, ठीक है, मेरा तो हो गया है। स्टार्ट टेस्ट। ठीक है, दिस क्विज इज वर्किंग फाइन। ठीक है, आप एक काम कर सकते हो, जिसका भी क्विज ओपन नहीं हो रहा है वो अपने ब्राउजर का कैश एक बार क्लियर कर दो और फिर उसके बाद उसको दोबारा ओपन करो। हाउ मच टाइम दिस क्विज लिंक इज एक्टिव सर? आई गेस ओनली 50 minutes or 45 minutes quiz is active, then that quiz will be paid, then you have to pay 49 rupees for the certificate. Okay, and one more thing I want to tell you guys. Okay, so we have one more new course that is launched, that is Excel with AI and ML. Okay, so Excel with AI, sorry. Okay, Excel with AI. So you have to go to our website, select it. Okay, so here we have launched one new course, that is okay. So these are our trending courses right now, and here we have one course. Okay, okay, Excel courses in Skill Pass. Yes, Skill Pass. So here we have Advanced Excel with AI. It is a 6 days course. Okay, so you can enroll in this course, and it is just for rupees 99. Right. So I guess 99 rupees is not very much for you to invest. Okay, so you can invest rupees 99 and get 6 days live classes for this Excel with AI. Okay, so one thing you can check here, right? So this is our page. Okay, so I am also copying this page link and I am pasting here. Okay, so just have a look at this course. एंड इट विल बी रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर यू, बिकॉज कहीं भी जॉब करने जाओ एक्सेल पे तो काम करना पड़ेगा भाई। ठीक है, शीट से नहीं बच सकते, शीट हर जगह मिलेंगी, चाहे आईटी की जॉब हो नॉन आईटी की जॉब हो, एक्सेल आना चाहिए सभी को। Okay, could you please let us know which project we can create for the resume and also learning? Okay, so अगर projects की मैं बात करूं, so तीन चार projects हैं जो आप बना सकते हो। One is CMS, आप एक content management system बना सकते हो। One is LMS, आप एक learning management system बना सकते हो। ठीक है, और you can create a video streaming platform, you can create a food delivery app, you can create a e-commerce application. So there are many big projects, right? Okay. यस, कल्पना, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बोला, आप एक बार अपने ब्राउज़र का कैश वगैरह क्लियर कीजिए और फिर दोबारा से ट्राई कीजिए। ओके। ओके, सो थैंक यू ऑल गाइस, थैंक्स फॉर बीइंग सो मच नाइस ऑडियंस। ओके, so I'll take a leave from here and hopefully we will meet in our next webinar. Okay, okay guys, so thank you so much.